watching out for you. This is Storm Team 8.
And a wonderful morning down here at the Graham. Although it's quite chilly out, you're not going to see this view too much longer. It's our final weekend here, so come down and watch one of our newscasts. We'll hit the air once again later on today at 6, 10, and 11 o'clock. So come down. We have a few more hours here this morning. Love to say hello to you. Temperatures right now 45 degrees in the Grand Rapids area. We're at 42 in Kalamazoo. A little bit cooler to the in the southeastern portion of our viewing area. The reason why, well, the lake modified air is up here coming off of Lake Michigan, not down there south of I-94, or at least southeast of Battle Creek. Wind out there, it's a breeze, no doubt about it, west-northwest 15 miles an hour, and that's providing us with wind chills down into the 30s. It feels like 38 degrees in Grand Rapids, 31 along the Michigan-Indiana state line. So it is a cold morning out there. You certainly want the jacket. I want to point this out. October average high temperatures, by the way, the average high today 65 degrees. It starts out in the mid-60s, but the northern hemisphere, you notice the days are getting shorter, at least the daylight is getting shorter. That means the northern hemisphere is cooling off, and that means, as a result, our average highs and lows cool off as well. By the end of the month, we'll see highs only in the low to mid-50s. And speaking of chilly, freeze watch tonight north of Grand Rapids, where I expect at least a few more breaks in the cloud cover up around the Mount Calm area. Big Rapids, for instance, Mount Pleasant, also around the Greenville area, up towards Lakeview. That's where we could see some patchy frost. And well, this is the time of year. Well, the growing season will be coming to an end very shortly, possibly tonight. Another cold front generating some light lake effect rain showers. As that drops to the south, we'll see mostly cloudy skies take over, and we'll also see a few rain showers. Look at how broad area the cold is right across the north central plains and the Great Lakes. It's sticking around for a while. Today, perfect example of that. West wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. Cold air, 47 degrees at the noon hour. Scattered light rain showers developing. They'll continue right into around the 6 o'clock time frame. And essentially, we'll see the showers continue tonight, but mostly along the lakeshore as it looks with that more northerly wind, but a few will drift once again across the area for Sunday, and I expect mostly cloudy skies tomorrow as well. We'll warm things up marginally, it looks like, in the 8-day forecast, but no real warm temperatures. Warmest day would be Tuesday at 64 degrees, and the next chance of rain after this weekend will be with yet another cold front Tuesday night right through Wednesday.